have just asked me. You're lucky Mom is not here.
I wonder what she'd be straining up.
She hated Force healers.
One Force healer 10 years ago.
One was...
For you to mention Marvel.
What is this?
Ah! She's coming directly for you.
No. Who are you?
Nobody. I was just walking home. We're just leaving.
Can you wait? Please.
What is it, lady?
He's got a blaster ring that's not healing. Your right shoulder. Tom.
Yes.
May I?
I swear if you can help him, can you also help me?
Thank you.
Thank you for what?
The clarity, that feeling. It's been a very long time. I thought it had gone for good. So easy to lose faith.
What do you mean?
They come no matter what. Sometimes it even works, but then you. All that you've been gathering. The strength of spirit. Surely you must feel it.
I'll work on that. I'll come back and let you know.
You saw something. You scared you. I'm sorry. It's not easy to do. Who is he? A pilot. Soldier. Tell me what you saw. I sense the weight of things. Things I can't see. Pain, fear, need. Most beings carry the things that shape them. They carry the past. Your pilot. They're gathering as they go. There's a purpose to it. He's a messenger. There's some place he needs to be. Have you known him long? I don't remember not knowing him. Maybe you're the place he needs to be.
Mm-hmm. A sense of calm.
Don't you know there's a curfew?
I need to see you.
Then have a good look.
I think there's a way out of this before things go too far. My people are convinced you're being coordinated by outside agitators. I had something to offer. If we could lay this off on outsiders, then...
You're not one of their friends anymore. She's mad at you. What did you do and what happened between the two of you? Did they discover that you were alright? Did you have feelings for her at some point? What the fuck just happened right there?
It's better, isn't it? I must be confusing. She asked me who you were. I said you were a pilot.
Talk to
And
me.
the soldier.
What happened when she touched you?
She's a cook in the mess hall.
And you're more than a pilot.
It's ridiculous.
She knew you were there. She felt it from across the yard. She wasn't making that up. That wasn't a scam.
What was it then?
I don't know. I felt it before, Cass. She called you a messenger. I've had dreams like that.
Why are you doing this?
Why it's important? I know you felt something. That's why you're so upset.
What is it that you felt?
That it could only be good. There's no other reason.
It's a personal trip.
The ship's to be fitted with hypercoms tomorrow.
We'll be back soon.
That is unacceptable and you know it. This isn't a base for privateers.
Who's that? There!
Those who enjoy the security of Yavin must proclaim their loyalties.
Don't push too hard. Know where I stand. The day I need permission to come and go, I'm gone.
That day is near.
Ah, that's a threat. But it goes no matter what. And you know you can't do anything about it, at least for now.
What are you doing? What? Look where you're going. You said call me low, right?
Cassian, you're enjoying it, that, clearly.
You okay? Yeah.
Haven't seen you in a while.
I know. Everyone's so busy.
Anything you can talk about?
Well, I'm here now.
Why are you there, not on a mission?
Scaring the new recruits.
No more smuggling.
I needed a break.
After what happened?
I was getting reckless.
I'm trying to find a position, don't judge me.
You're looking for Cassian, aren't you?
No? They
No?
sent me to talk to you. They need him, Biggs.
Cassian?
They're on the verge of promoting him, and then he goes and does something like this morning.
They need you to convince
I know
him.
how deeply you believe in what we're doing. We're not Luthen's puppets anymore. We're not a bunch
Not
of
anymore.
laymen running around Aldani. We're building a real army. Cassian is a leader now.
It's bigger than just Luthen's group.
We've all given so much. A little discipline doesn't seem too much to us. He'll be there when you need him. I'll pass that along.
Are you sure of that? Curfew, now curfew are ready, the dictature in place. France dreams the occupation.
Welcome. Thank you. Here. Good job. With Rubius. Never had it. We're trying to change that. I don't see an interest in all this require imperial approval. I don't, yeah. I just
Why not using the other identity that you used before?
The Andor group, they shot
And it was this guy that you had in front of you. He's not gonna remember your face?
I have a room at the front facing the plaza. Ah, perfect. Most guests don't say that anymore. It can be loud. She will report it. We turn over our guest list to check in. Good to know. And you'll have to carry your own bag this time. Another way.
He recognized you. Ghorman, one more?
Is this the weather center? Yes, guys, tonight.
We obtained full cost of flashlight.
Who is it?
Okay. Beep 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 boo. It's not right there. You can't go on your little balcony just like that. If at some point you need to, you're gonna have to find a way first to get them out. Already? Such a short one, a short episode. I appreciated it for sure. Now that's it, I'm warned. Each new drop of 3 episodes, it's gonna begin with a time jump, it's gonna end with a big event. That's it, I know about it now. To have a time jump after what happened at the end of the episode 6, it's not as surprising and as frustrating like it was after the episode 6, like it was after the episode 3. I told you about it. What happened during the episode 3 was so big. For Cassian and Biggs, who lost Brasso, and for Mon, who lost, her friend, who gave up, betrayed her friend, that was so big that I wanted to see the consequences of that. So for sure, having the time jump, because of that, I couldn't have it, so that's why it was frustrating. Right there, after what happened during the episode 6, which was a big success with that little exception that we lost someone, a new character. Except for that, in fact, for all of the characters, all of the situations, it was a success. So to have a new time jump here doesn't feel that important in fact, and again, it can be justified by the fact that we don't need to see all of the time that it took for the Empire to put a new propaganda in place, to install that dictature right there with militaries everywhere, with a curfew, with controls everywhere, all of that. It's taking time to put that in place. We have a time jump, it's logical. The situation right there in Ghorman, for sure, as a French creator, it's making me think of France. And I even told you about it, that I had the impression that this season 2 would be a real comparison between what happened in France before and during World War II, because of the fact that the Ghorman people are clearly made to make us think of French people, because they're played by a French casting, with them talking with a French accent, with them being involved, into a resistance situation, with them also wearing costumes that French people were wearing during that period of time before and during World War II. So clearly the comparison is high, really high. And I told you during the 3 last episodes when we discovered the place and all, it made me think of when you have a territory which is occupied and that you are trying to fight from the inside, but it's hard to know who is your friend, who is not, who can be with you or not, because of the double agent situation and stuff like that. Right there, the fact that the dictature is even more in place, it's that hard, and in comparison, the resistance is going that much on terrorist attacks to respond to that, it's making me think for sure even more of the resistance that we had during the occupation in France. Like, if you don't know about it, World War II, how it was in France, we had at first, the Vichy government collaborating with the Nazis. At first it was just a little, but little by little they took more and more power, and the Vichy government let them to more and more power. At the end it was a total dictature, with all of the things which were happening, into Germany, which were in fact happening as well in France. And into that occupied territory, we had still resistance, which were forced to hide, to create terrorist attacks, to do really hard stuff and to lose people and stuff like that. If you're wondering, about the situation of my family during that period of time, it can be a good subject to talk about during this review. My mother's side, we had not my grandpa, but the dad of my grandma, which was not a policeman, but like, I'm coming from a rural area, so in fact he was a policeman of the forest. I don't know how to translate that. He was keeping an eye on the forest and stuff like that. And if you don't know about it, in fact, during the resistance in France, people were hiding into the forest. The resistance was hiding, organizing themselves into the forest, and the forests were also used for passage, of resistance and also of people trying to escape from France and stuff like that. And during a period of time, my pépé, not mon papi, which is grandpa, but mon pépé, which is the dad of my grandma, at some point I did at his place a plane pilot, an English plane pilot who fell near to where they were into one of the forests that he was keeping, and he hid him at his place during several weeks during the time for that pilot to contact, someone to catch him. And also he acted blind about people using his forest to pass, to do things and stuff like that. He was acting blind. Officially, he was living a normal life and stuff like that, but in fact he was doing that with his activity as un garde champêtre in French, someone who is keeping forest, stuff like that. And on the other side, on my father's side, my grandpa, this time we can say my grandpa, that I never met, I didn't have that chance. You can't know it, but in fact the Nazi government was forcing young French people and young people in fact in all Europe to work for them in Germany because they didn't have enough people to work into their factories and all, because all of the German young people were hired, for the army. So because of that, they needed people to work into their factories, so they were forcing young people from other countries to do it. That was the case for my grandpa, which was forced to work in a factory near to Auschwitz. And when I'm saying near to Auschwitz, it's really at just 100 of meters of the concentration camps. He stayed only 3 or 4 months right there, and it was that awful that it traumatized him for life. And when he managed to have the permission to go back in France to rest a little, to see his family, in fact he went to hide into a big French forest that we have in France, Les Landes, for the rest of the war, because he couldn't go back at that place, clearly, for all of the awful stuff that he saw. And he knew that if he would have been arrested by the French police working for the Vichy government, so for the Nazi system, he would have been arrested, sent back, or being killed. So that's why he hid during all of that period of time. So see, the French resistance, it's a big subject for sure in France, and if you think that I have a family which is interesting, the story of my family is interesting, it's the case for all of the French families. We all have a story related to that. So that's why when I'm seeing that, when I'm seeing a show making comparison parallels with World War II and the French resistance, a territory which is occupied by a dictature in place, coming from another country, putting a lot of militaries, putting a curfew, all of the things about the resistance, terrorist attacks committed by the resistance, and also double agent situations, you don't know how to trust and stuff like that. It's talking to me a lot. Because of that, it's talking to me a lot. And for sure, the comparison is even easier for me who is French. So right there, I can see the big difference between the last episode and this one. For Ghorman people, the difference is huge, and I can see that if we make the comparison with the World War II, we were in 1939, during the previous episode. Right there we are in 1943. It's that kind of comparison that I can make. it's heavy. Really, for me, it's heavy to watch that. Talking now about the characters, what is happening for them. Dedra, that's awful, all of what you do. And even if I love so much her character and how she's written, for sure, I don't approve and I totally hate all of what she does. I hate even more how she treats Syril, who did all of that for her, you know, also for him, for his own ambition, who accepted this mission, and now you're leaving him behind and you're not considering him at all, and it's really like you're not respecting him, his value, what he can do, how helpful it can be. I'm scared that at some point Syril is gonna take it bad, you know, for you to treat him like that. We'll see. But, you know, I'm divided about all of that, because right there also, like, I love her character, I hate what she does. I love her relationship with Syril, I hate how she's treating Syril. But at the same time, I love the girl boss attitude. You know, she has such a girl boss vibe when she's doing that hey, because of that, I'm like, hey, this is a girl boss, like really girl boss during that moment. But for Syril, we'll see how it's gonna be for the next episode. Ghorman, clearly, you're on the battlefield, your missions, you went on the battlefield a lot. Right now you're on the battlefield with Cassian in Ghorman. The fact that we have Cassian, Syril, Dedra at the same place in Ghorman, it's promising. We'll see how it's gonna be. The guy at the hotel recognized him, I'm pretty sure of it. I love the place that Biggs and Cassian are living in. I think that it's way more adequate, you know, for Biggs, what she needs. She needs now also to convince Cassian to accept his role as a leader, and he's not there yet, clearly. Mon losing, I was gonna say rights and freedom. It's not that much of a surprise. I don't know what else she can do. We didn't see Luthen during this episode. I'm wondering why. But they mentioned him like, okay, we're bigger than who we were when we were just working for Luthen. It's way bigger than that now, which is logical and which is going also with what Luthen was saying during the previous episode about the fact that him and his assistant, it was beginning to be too much for them to handle. He was overwhelmed by it. But because of that, I'm wondering about what happened to him, what is going on with him. Okay, that was a good episode. Guys, really, painkiller with opium, I love them so much. Don't get me wrong, only for my current situation. I told you during the intro the fact that I blocked my sciatic nerve, the fact that I can be into that position for more than 5 minutes without screaming in pain, without wanting to cry, I swear it's a fucking miracle. I want to stay into that position for the rest of my life, at least as long as it doesn't hurt that much. Like right there on the scale of 1 to 10, I began my day at 9, with my first light painkiller I was at 8, driving was back at 9, almost 10. Before taking the heavy painkiller, I was back at 8. Right now, I'm at 4. It's such a relief. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm gonna take things slow, you know, for this week, to be sure to be there, to film you, to work for you for these reaction videos about Andor. I'm still not gonna stream, you know, this week to have time to rest and also to not spend 6 more additional hours on my desk, you know, being sit on my desk to help the process of rest and of working on that. But oh wow, the relief that I feel right now, I swear, if you're beginning to feel a pain at your sciatic nerve, which was my case, in fact it has been months that occasionally I feel a little pain I never heard about what is a sciatic nerve, okay? Never heard of it. I swear now I'm gonna listen to my body and I know what it's gonna mean, because to finish like that, being totally blocked, waking up 3 times during the night because of the pain, not finding any position which can help me a little, being at 8-9 of pain without the medication, 7-8 with the medication, like really, I'm someone who is not getting hurt, you know, so easily. Like really, I got my jaw blocked, my cervicals blocked, I was at 5-6. I'm feeling that I have fever only when I'm at 39.5, 40 degrees Celsius. Like really, I'm someone who is not feeling pain so easily. That, I swear I don't want it for anyone, even my worst enemy. That's the worst pain that I ever felt in my life, I think. Okay, I never had kids, so I can't compare it to that. But really, even my worst pain for feminine stuff and all, never felt that much pain. And really, the fact that it was in continuous, being at 8-9 of pain in continuous. Oh, really? Painkillers with opium, they are approved for heavy pain like that. Oh. Even if I have the impression to be a little drugged, you know, I don't care. I don't care at all. Okay. It's all for you and for me for today. So it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye. I'm not gonna go sit at my desk to work on this video. I'm gonna stay here into that position. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Great. Next one, next